things out for you guys?
Yeah, I thought we had a stretch where we were just a little funky. They were making a run, and Zach scored 2 quick buckets and assisted on another one. And I thought that was a really important phase for us because I don't think we were going anywhere. Poor movement offensively, and he just kind of took the game over.
10 games over 500 for the first time since January of 2016. What does that say to you?
No, I'm really proud of how these guys have handled themselves and dealt with some adversity and kept coming back and playing the right way. So I think they've really earned that place in the standings.
Chris, last week when DeMar had a big game, he said he texted Zach right after the game and said, "Get your butt back over here." Did you do the same to Billy tonight?
Yeah, I mean we've spoken quite a bit today, and you know, Billy, it's hard. You know, Billy's probably the most competitive guy I've ever been around. So he's, you know, he just really wants to be here and wants to be a part. But I thought, you know, he really helped our staff by he said, "Hey, listen, I'm here if you need me. You guys just go ahead and coach and help these guys win." And so I think his support was really important.
What was today like? Did you have any moment that you kind of before the game or anything about thinking about coaching for the first time, or just was it business?
You know, we talked about that in pregame press. I think, you know, it's pretty humbling to have a chance to coach the Bulls. It's humbling to be an assistant coach for the Bulls. Have a chance to sit in that seat for a day is, you know, it's pretty powerful.
How different was it, Chris? I mean, obviously you're very involved and engaged when you're the lead assistant, but how different was tonight for you?
Well, you know, I think obviously it's very different, and I've never coached an NBA game before, but I think you know, our staff was really locked in. Josh had the scout and did a great job and just handled that. And you know, Mo's been there a ton before, and I thought his guidance was really, really important for me.
Chris, what do you think of the perimeter defense? I mean, specifically without Alex and Lonzo out there, how do you think you guys did on Karras and Duarte?
You know, I think we had phases where we were really good. You know, we talked about winning that point of the screen and being physical when they'd come up to screen us and getting through. And I think for a good bit of the game, you know, we were doing that. And we lost them in a couple of phases. Most of that, in my opinion, started on the offensive end. We weren't moving, we weren't cutting, and they were turning us over. So I think we were back on our heels in that phase.
The bench overall, are you surprised at all at how you guys are shorthanded? Surprised at how well they played at times together, having not had these experiences yet?
No, you know what? It's funny. Those guys in different formations of our bench players have been good pretty consistently throughout the season. You can go back to the Brooklyn game where we were dead in the water to start when our bench kind of bailed us out. And there's been probably 5 or 6 instances of that. And I think they were good again tonight. Those guys really, really work hard to stay ready for this moment. So, you know, I thought Io was great. I thought Matt Thomas was excellent, gave us good minutes. Troy was good. Tyler Cook, the second game in a row, I thought really gave us a physical presence that we needed.
Did you realize you played Matt 12 consecutive minutes?
Matt's cardio is unbelievable, and we had not planned on playing him as long in the first half, but I thought our team had a flow. We got the lead in that phase, and we just kind of let him go. I think on a back-to-back, it's always an advantage if you could rest DeMar or rest Zach a few more minutes, and he helped us do that.
The pick and roll chemistry between Zach and Vuce, it seemed like you guys got a lot of good looks out of that. How much have you seen that connection develop since Vuce got here at the trade deadline?
Yeah, no, I think those guys really work well together. And I think, you know, as they progress, I think the next level is to get it in with a little bit more force, to get Zach with a little more force and Vuce sprinting into those screens. I thought he did a great job at a late timeout, and that really got us over the hump for the game. I think that's where we're kind of moving to, but they're tough to guard, 2 really versatile offensive players, and it's tough to guard those 2 guys together.
Talking about Zach closing down the stretch in the fourth quarter. This has been DeMar's kind of spot for a lot of the stretches this season. I know you guys are probably happy to have both be able to do it, but kind of what ways have you seen Zach sort of grow in that area? Kind of what things do you think you pick up if down the stretch in the fourth quarter, you know, the go-to option for you all.
Yeah, in that phase, we had a short huddle with DeMar and Zach as we were going out, and really DeMar said, "Hey, listen, let's stay with Zach. I'll play off him." And I think those guys are pretty selfless in that respect, and both of them were willing to sacrifice for the other guy. It really seems to work, and I think Zach's certainly benefited from DeMar's demeanor, just because I think maybe more than anybody I've been around as a player, DeMar in the stretch run of games is just very calm. He's has a calming effect on his teammates, and that generally really helps us.
Good. I mean, he doesn't seem like a rah-rah kind of guy in the huddle. Like, how does that rub off? Is he just like, what did it look like in the huddle? As far as
I think he's pretty matter of fact, to be honest with you. He's not panicked. He's not rushed. And, in those moments, he'll just say what's on his heart and what he thinks needs to be done. And he's right most of the time.
I have a lot of time to enjoy it, but do you have any plans to celebrate this one? How will you enjoy this one?
I think we're all kind of relieved we got this sailed the ship into port without Billy here, and I think the whole staff felt like we just want to get this one for him, and knowing how bad he wants to be here.
Hey, Chris, we have one off the screen. Christos, go ahead.
Coach, congratulations on the win, first of all.
Thank you, Christos.
How gifted is that team overall, from your perspective?
How
gifted is that team from your perspective?
our team?
Yes.
Yes. Well, I think they've earned their record, and I think that says a lot about the level of talent. And I think in comparison to some of the other teams that've been together a little bit longer, I think we've got ability to keep growing out of that. So I'm a little biased, but I think they're pretty good.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much.